My name is Nick Brokaw. I'm at the University of Puerto Rico. I work in Belize mainly, also Puerto Rico and Panama. I believe I first went to a meeting in the early 1980s. I joined ATBC in 1980. Of course, an important thing to realize is that it wasn't called ATBC then, it was ATB, Association for Tropical Biology. And so clearly an interesting change that's taken place is the move to ATBC from ATB. To me, it seemed like an important move because clearly the need for conservation was building, and the Association for Tropical Biology members were doing excellent biology, but it was time to really engage, and renaming the organization showed people really clearly that conservation was something to try to develop to include with your research in tropical biology. Well, it's a pretty clear changes. In 1980, of course, the reason I joined was, like a lot of people, so that I could get the journal, which came 4 times a year, a hard copy, as well as a hard copy newsletter. And of course, we no longer have a hard copy or journal, but the journal is excellent and is still quite available. So that's one really obvious change. I think I don't know how membership has changed, but it's become much more diverse. It really was something that was dominated by North Americans, but it's become a lot more diverse. It also, at that time, in 1980, it didn't meet by itself. It met with other groups under the umbrella of AIBS, I believe. And I don't know when it was that they started having meetings on their own as a single entity, and started having meetings outside of the United States. I'm not sure when that began. But then, of course, in the first outside meetings, well, there was one in Puerto Rico in 1990, and there probably was one in Mexico pretty soon. But then they started really going different places like China and Indonesia and Africa and Australia. So it's been a broadening of the science people are doing, a broadening of the numbers and kinds of people, and a broadening in the places where the organization has its annual meeting. I think I come for a lot of reasons people come. Mainly I come to learn about new science and what kinds of new questions are. I also come for a reason a lot of other people come, to see their friends and to make new friends and contacts. I come because the meeting is held in interesting places like Merida, and it's fun to go to places like that. So those are the reasons I come. I would say it's really worthwhile. I'm particularly impressed with this meeting. I'm one of the mentors in the mentor group, and I think that was a great idea for younger people who are particularly concerned about where they go with their career after they finish their degrees. And there's also been several side events connected with that about how to get published, how to give a presentation, how to really get started in conservation science, given by people with some experience, and I think those are really valuable. The field has become more challenging, I think, more challenging to be published, to present, and to include all the different techniques and new objectives that are for tropical biology. We were more focused on doing, oh wow, ecology, tropical biology. And that's still a good thing. We should still be going, oh wow. But it is a serious issue trying to engage and to help protect those things that we say, oh wow, about, both for their own sake and clearly for the people who live in the tropics. So those are the big challenges. I think it's more difficult now for students because not only do they have to master all sorts of things like remote sensing and much more advanced statistics, but if they're going to have to do things with people in other disciplines, or even just collaborate with somebody else in your own discipline, this is a lot more work than I think I had to do.